Screaming in the cradles, profanities. I love everything. It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. If you want to join the Discord, the link to the Discord will be in chat now as I do exclamation mark Discord. Hello, Lydia. So as you can see by the title, I put my Discord members into a Hunger Games. And so, in District 1, we have Kix, Lydia, Monono, and Xenot Z. In District 2, we have Tony Nightcraft, Technica 562, Super Dino, and Spotify 95. In District 3, we have Shred, Septic Spooge, Roan Guy, and Phantasma Area. District 4, we have Nice Dr. Evil, Matthew P. Chapdelaine, Unshapen Foil, and Carito. District 5, we have James Flying Safe, Super Llama, Green Tea, Grail of Blight. District 6 is Gelpy, Tomcat, DJ Mindis, and Cyber Leon. District 7 is Clumpy Track, Blue Tangs, Bethany, and Ostanton. Lydia thinks she's gonna die first. Okay. District 8 we have Apathy, Alpha, Dancing Gramp, and 18 Smith. District 9 is Trigger Eagle, Kuro, FK7, and Bork. District 10 is Aziel, Vendetta Et, Shadow Queen, and Speedox. District 11 is Lexu, Jordi, JC, and Cheese. District 12 is Turtle Anus, Modbot, Pokemon Bot, and Meme Bot. Are we ready? Let's proceed. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Unshapen Foil runs away from the cornucopia. Modbot, Clumpy Track, and Cheese work together to get as many supplies as possible. Pokemon Bot breaks Super Llama's nose for a basket of bread. Nice Dr. Evil grabs a shovel. Super Dino finds a canteen full of water. Carito grabs a backpack, not realizing it is empty. Memebot grabs a backpack and retreats. Green Tea finds a bag full of explosives. Shred finds Grail of Blight hiding in the cornucopia and kills her. Ooh, that's the first death. Shadow Queen takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. DJ Mindis scares Cyber Leon away from the cornucopia. Roan Guy runs away from the cornucopia. Matthew P. Chapdelaine runs away from the cornucopia. Vendetta Et finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Xenot Z grabs a shovel. Ostanton runs away from the cornucopia. Septic Spooge runs away from the cornucopia. Monono grabs a shovel. Tomcat grabs a backpack, not realizing it is empty. JC, Trigger Eagle, and Tony Nightcraft work together to get as many supplies as possible. Bork grabs a jar of fishing bait while Bethany gets fishing gear. Nice teamwork there. Very nice. 18 Smith runs away from the cornucopia. Turtle Anus grabs a jar of fishing bait while Alpha gets fishing gear. Spotify 95 runs from the cornucopia. FK7 sets an explosives off, killing Apathy and Lydia. Lydia, you were right. You died. Speedox runs away from the cornucopia. Phantasmaeria finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Technica 562 attacks Kuro, but Geordie protects her, killing Technica 562. James Flying Safe runs away from the cornucopia. Aziel runs away from the cornucopia. Kix finds a canteen full of water. Lutangs runs away from the cornucopia. Lexia rips a mace out of Dancing Lamp's hands. Galpy runs away from the cornucopia. Proceed. Day 1 of the Hunger Games. Clumpy Track 711 questions his sanity. 18 Smith injures herself. Pokemon Bot hunts for other tributes. Tomcat and Septic Spooge hunt for other tributes. DJ Mindus discovers a cave. Yeah, at least I'm still alive so far. Nice Dr. Evil tends to Cyber Leon's wounds. Shred receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Super Dino, Phantasmaeria, FK7, Aziel, and Rome Guy hunt for other tributes. Carito and Ostanton work together to drown Gelpy. Oof. Drowning. Bork sets an explosives off, killing Monono, Xenot Zed, Unshapen File, and JC. Bork with the quadruple kill. Kix thinks about home. Alpha, Vendetta Et, Blue Tangs, and Modbot track down and kill Super Llama. Oof. Matthew P. Chapdelaine makes a wooden spear. Memebot diverts Tony Nightcraft's attention and runs away. Bethany begs for James to kill him. He refuses, keeping Bethany alive. Lexia thinks about home. Trigger Eagle, Dancing Lamp, Spotify 95, and Shadow Queen raid Speedox's camp while she is hunting. Turtle Anus camouflages himself in the bushes. Kuro discovers a cave. Georgie diverts Cheese's attention and runs away. Green Tea collects fruit from a tree. Proceed. 10 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Grail of Blight, Apathy, Lydia, Technica, Gelpy, Monono, Xenot Zed, Unshapen Foil, JC, Super Llama. I am the only person from District 1 left alive. Wow. 3 people left in District 2, all 4 of District 3, 3 left in District 4, 2 left in District 5, 3 left in District 6. DJ Mindus is still alive. He'll be happy with that, I guess. All of District 7 alive, 1 dead in District 8, all of District 9, all of District 10 alive, 1 dead in District 11, all of District 4 alive. Modbot with 1 kill. Proceed. Lexia, Speedox, FK7, and Clumpy Track and Matthew P. Chapdelaine sleep in shifts. Turtle Anus, Cyber Leon, and Kix track down and kill Pokemon Bot. Blue Tangs receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Green Tea lets 18 Smith into his shelter. Phantasma screams for help. Cheese, Shred, James, Tomcat, and Shadow Queen sleep in shifts. Tony sees a fire but stays hidden. Alpha and Meanbot hold hands. Aziel's trap kills Ostanton. Bork starts a fire. Septic Spooge receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. George Yee receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Trigger Eagle kills DJ Mindis as he tries to run. DJ Mindis is dead. Spotify 95, Puro and Vendetta et cheerfully sing songs together. Bethany receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Modbot fends Nice Dr. Evil, Rongai, and Super Dino away from her fire. Carito begs for Dancing Glam to kill her. He refuses, keeping Carito alive. Day 2 in the Hunger Games. Rongai receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Carito thinks about home. Tony, Cyber Leon, and Shred hunt for other tributes. Cheese tries to sleep through the entire day. #mood. Super Dino discovers a river. Georgie goes hunting. Spotify and Speedox hunt for other tributes. Dancing Lamp receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. The hot chocolate is quite hot, Lydia. Very surprising. Bork searches for firewood. FK7 travels to higher ground. Phantasma explores the arena. Bethany chases Blue Tangs. Septic Spooge steals from Matthew while she isn't looking. Green Tea receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Memebot, Modbot, and Kix get into a fight. Kix triumphantly kills them both. Yes, I've killed all 3 bots. A dayaba. Tomcat and Alpha work together for the day. Turtle Anus diverts 18 Smith's attention and runs away. Aziel tries to spear Fish with a trident. Kuro attacks Trigger Eagle, but he manages to escape. James and Lexia hunt for other tributes. Computrack camouflages himself in the bushes. Vendetta Et begs the Shadow Queen to kill her. He refuses, keeping Vendetta Et alive. Nice Dr. Evil discovers a river. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. They are Pokemon Bot, Ostanton, DJ Mindis, Memebot, and Modbot. Kix with the 3 kills. Shred with 1 kill. Carito with 1 kill. Cyber Leon has a kill. Blue Tangs and Ostanton has a kill. Alpha, Sugar Eagle. Oh, Bork has 4 kills. Everyone else has 1 kill. Alright. Let us proceed. Cheese climbs a tree to rest. Alpha, Bork, Trigger Eagle, Cyber Leon, and Rongai sleep in shifts. Shred receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Phantasma, Green Tea, Tomcat, Turtle Anus, and Georgie sleep in shifts. Tony and Bethany run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Lexia cries himself to sleep. Septic Spooge attempts to climb a tree, but falls on Blue Tangs, killing them both. Oof, what a way to go. 18 Smith defeats Nice Dr. Evil but spares his life. Aziel convinces James to snuggle with him. Vendetta Et starts a fire. Shadow Queen passes out from exhaustion. Matthew thinks about home. Kirito looks at the night sky. Super Dino loses sight of where he is. Speedox destroys Kix's supplies while he is asleep. Speedox, why you gotta be so rude? Clumpy Track receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. FK7 climbs a tree to rest. Dancing Lamp sets up camp for the night. Kuro attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Spotify climbs a tree to rest. Day 3 in the Hunger Games. Nice Dr. Evil, Speedox, and Kirito unsuccessfully ambush Tony, Green Tea, and 18 Smith, who killed them instead. So Dr. Evil, Speedox, and Kirito are killed. Vendetta Et runs away from Alpha. Bethany, Trigger Eagle, Alexia, Shadow Queen, and Georgie track down and kill Roan Guy. Shred steals from Clumpy Track while he isn't looking. Cyber Leon stabs Phantasma with a tree branch. Oof. Super Dino thinks about home. Kix receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. A dab. FK7 runs away from Spotify. Kuro injures herself. Cheese searches for a water source. Turtle Anus scares Matthew off. James attacks a dancing lamp, but he manages to escape. Tomcat and Bork hunt for other tributes. Aziel discovers a river. 7 cannon shots can be heard. Septic Spooge, Blue Tang's Rock, Nice Dr. Evil, Speedox 12, Kirito, Roan Guy, and Phantasma. District 3 only have one person left as well, as do District 4 and of course District 1. District 9 have all 4 people still alive. District 12 only have one person left. Vendetta Et stays awake all night. Aziel accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Tomcat thinks about winning. He's got that winning mentality. Dancing Lamp tends to Spotify's wounds. Bork, Cheese, James, Trigger Eagle, and Bethany track down and kill Kuro. Tony and Turtle Anus huddle for warmth. 18 Smith, Super Dino, and Clumpy Track discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Alexia and Green Tea hold hands. FK7 starts a fire. Kix, Alpha, and Matthew sleep in shifts. Cyber Leon starts a fire. Shred kills Shadow Queen with a hatchet. Georgie sets up camp for the night. Day 4 in the Hunger Games. Bethany questions his sanity. Cyber Leon thinks about home. Dancing Lamp discovers a river. 18 Smith constructs a shack. Cheese injures herself. Trigger Eagle sprains his ankle while running away from Turtle Anus. Watch me win. Yeah, maybe. I could win. Bork sprains her ankle while running away from Georgie. Tony discovers a cave. Vendetta Et camouflages herself in the bushes. James practices his archery. Super Dino stalks Shred. Clumpy Track camouflages himself in the bushes. Kix steals from Matthew while she isn't looking. Alpha, Tomcat, FK7, and Lexia hunt for other tributes. Green Tea attacks Spotify, but she manages to escape. A volcano erupts in the center of the arena. Green Tea survives. FK7 survives. Lexia survives. As Kix trips over Matthew into the lava, he grabs her and pulls her down with him. I'm dead. I died in lava. I died in lava. I died in lava. Trigger Eagle suffocates. Bork pushes Vendetta Et into the lava. Cheese survives. Bethany survives. 18 Smith survives. Georgie survives. Turtle Anus pushes Super Dino into the lava. Spotify dips her weapon in the lava and kills Tomcat with it. That is brutal. Cyber Leon survives. As Alpha trips over Clumpy Track into the lava, she grabs him and pulls him down with her. Tony pushes Shred in the lava. Dancing Glamp is buried in ash. James survives. 13 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Oh, yeah, I'm always dying in lava in Minecraft, sure. Aziel, Hero, Shadow Queen, Kix, Matthew, Trigger Eagle, Vendetta Et, Super Dino, Tomcat, Alpha, Clumpy Track, Shred, Dancing Glamp, all dead. District 1 wiped out. District 3 wiped out. District 4 wiped out. District 10 wiped out. Cheese, Turtle Anus, and Bork discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Bethany questions his sanity. 18 Smith questions her sanity. Cyber Leon receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Georgie sets an explosive off, killing Spotify and the Green Tea. GG. FK7 kills Tony as he tries to run. James and Lexia huddle for warmth. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Turtle Anus decides not to go to the feast. Bethany decides not to go to the feast. Bork and Georgie get into a fight over raw meat, but Georgie gives up and runs away. Cyber Leon, Cheese, and Lexia confront each other, but grab what they want slowly to avoid conflict. FK7 decides not to go to the feast. James stuffs a bundle of dry clothing into a backpack before sprinting away. 18 Smith falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Wow. Day 5 in the Hunger Games. Georgie, Bethany, Bork, Lexia, and Cyber Leon hunt for other tributes. Turtle Anus forces James to kill Cheese or FK7. He decides to kill FK7. 5 cannon shots can be heard. Spotify, Green Tea, Tony, 18 Smith, and FK7. District 1, District 2, District 3, District 4, all wiped out. District 8, District 9, District 10, all wiped out. Bork, Lexia, Georgie, and Cheese tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. James cooks his food before putting his fire out. Good idea. Bethany sets up camp for the night. Cyber Leon and Turtle Anus sleep in shifts. Bethany convinces Georgie not to kill him, only to kill her instead. Oh, Georgie is dead. James and Bork fight Turtle Anus and Cyber Leon. Turtle Anus and Cyber Leon survive. Cheese picks flowers. Lexia goes hunting. Acidic rain pours down on the arena. Cyber Leon survives. Lexia survives. Cheese refuses Turtle Anus shelter, killing him. Bethany survives. 4 cannon shots can be heard. Georgie, James, Bork, and Turtle Anus. So, the people remaining are Cyber Leon and Bethany. Lexia and Cheese, 4 people left. Lexia sees a fire but stays hidden. Cheese, Bethany, and Cyber Leon discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Cyber Leon and Bethany hunt for other tributes in Day 7 of the Hunger Games. Cheese thinks about home. Alexia collects fruit from a tree. No cannon shots can be heard. Cheese questions her sanity. Bethany screams for help. Lexia received an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Cyber Leon thinks about home. Day 8 in the Hunger Games. Cyber Leon hunts for other tributes. Lexia attacks Cheese, but Bethany protects her, killing Lexia. 1 cannon shot. Lexia. Bethany tries to treat his infection. Cheese thinks about home. Cyber Leon bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Which means Bethany sets off an explosive, killing Cheese. 2 cannon shots, Cyber Leon and Cheese. And the winner is Bethany from District 7. Bethany with 5 kills, Cyber Leon and Turtle Anus with 4, Bork had 6 kills. Who had the most kills? At the moment it's 6. Did anyone get more than 6? I doubt it. No. That's what happened. Most kills was 6. Bethany got the second most kills and the win. District 7 came first. So, shall we do another one? We could do another one. We could do a few more. But GG to Bethany with the win and the 5 kills. Sure. So once again, these are all the people: Kix, Lydia, Monono, Xenot Said, Tony, Technica, Super Dino, Spotify, Shred, Septic, Rongai, Phantasma, Dr. Evil, Matthew, Unshapen File, Carito, James, Llama, Green Tea, Grail, Gelpy, Tomcat, DJ Mindis, Cyber Leon, Clumpy, Blue, Bethany, Ostanton, Apathy Alpha, Dancing Vamp, Nathan Smith, Trigger Eagle, Kuro, FK7, Bork, Azure, Vendetta Ed, Shadow Queen, Speedox, Lexia, Georgie, JC, Cheese, Turtle Anus, Modbot, Pokemon Bot, Meme Bot. Proceed. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Unshapen File runs away from the cornucopia. Modbot, Clumpy Trek, and Cheese work together to get as many supplies as possible. Pokemon Bot breaks Super Llama's nose for a basket of bread. Nice Dr. Evil grabs a shovel. Super Dino... Wait, is this the same as the last one? This seems exactly the same. Yeah, this is exactly the same. But let's go back. Let it cast. Boom. submit. Proceed. Now it's different, okay. Cheese gathers as much food as she can. Gelpy runs away from the cornucopia. DJ Mindus scares JC away from the cornucopia. Modbot runs away from the cornucopia. Vendetta Et runs away from the cornucopia. Septic Spooge runs away from the cornucopia. Unshapen File runs away from the cornucopia. Ostanton runs into the cornucopia and hides. Aziel and Spotify fight for a bag. Aziel gives up and retreats. Memebot retrieves a trident from inside the cornucopia. Cyber Leon runs away from the cornucopia. Carito runs away from the cornucopia. Shadow Queen finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Speedox runs away from the cornucopia. Manono takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. James runs away from the cornucopia. Xenot Z runs away from the cornucopia. Turtle Anus gathers as much food as he can. Matthew runs away from the cornucopia. Lydia runs away from the cornucopia. Pokemon Bot grabs a backpack, not realizing it is empty. Blue Tangs runs away from the cornucopia. Bork finds a canteen full of water. Bethany grabs a sword. Clumpy Track accidentally steps on a landmine and becomes the fast death. FK7 runs away from the cornucopia. Green Tea grabs a shield leaning on the cornucopia. Technica runs away from the cornucopia. 18 Smith spears Lexia in the abdomen. Oof, that's painful. Super Llama runs away from the cornucopia. Apathy runs away from the cornucopia. Kix kills Tomcat for her supplies. Boom, I get a kill. Nice. Super Dino runs into the cornucopia and hides. Tony, Georgie, Grail and Roam Guy share everything they gathered before running. Dr. Evil runs away from the cornucopia. Shred rips a mace out of Trigger Eagle's hands. Dancing Lamp runs away from the cornucopia. Alpha, Phantasma, and Kuro get into a fight. Phantasma triumphantly kills them both. GG Phantasma. Day 1. Aziel tries to spear Fish with a trident. Gelpy, DJ Mindus, Green Tea, Super Dino, and Pokemon Bot hunt for other tributes. A Meme Bot receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Tony goes hunting. Kix bed for Modbot to kill him. She refuses, keeping Kix alive. Oh, I'm alive. Bethany explores the arena. Spotify receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Manono collects fruits from a tree. Shadow Queen dies from thirst. Ooh, you need that water, mate. Speedox diverts Apathy's attention and runs away. Super Llama fishes. Bork collects fruit from a tree. Roam Guy practices his archery. Dr. Evil travels to higher ground. That could be a good move. Cyber Leon questions her sanity. Carito silently stabs JC's neck. Ooh, insta-kill. Technica goes hunting. Turtle Anus tries to sleep through the entire day. #mood, #dab. Matthew diverts Shred's attention and runs away. FK7 kills Dancing Lamp with his own weapon. Septic Spooge tries to spear Fish with a trident. Blue Tangs sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Georgie, Xenot Z, Lydia, and Ostanton hunt for other tributes. Cheese makes a wooden spear. Unshapen File fishes. Phantasma constructs a shack. Probably a redstone shack, knowing Phantasma. All I know is I better not kill you. Sure. James silently snaps 18 Smith's neck. Ooh, another insta-kill. Vendetta Ek tries to sleep for the entire day. Hashtag mood, hashtag dab. Trigger Eagle fishes. Grail discovers a cave. 9 cannon shots can be heard. Computrack, Lexia, Tomcat, Alpha, Shiro, Shadow Queen, JC, Dancing Lamp, and 18 Smith. Gelpy and Memebot run into each other and decide to truce for the night. FK7 and Georgie huddle for warmth. Technica and Shred tell stories about themselves to each other. Trigger Eagle fends Speedox, Cheese, and Carito away from his fire. Vendetta Et looks at the night sky. Blue Tanks, Grail, and Xenot Z discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Turtle Anus, Aziel, and Modbot discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Cyber Leon questions her sanity. Green Tea fends Bethany, Manono, and Tony away from his fire. Lydia thinks about home. Super Dino looks at the night sky. Pokemon Bot tends to his wounds. Unshapen File attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. James, Borg, Apathy, Ostanton, and DJ Mindis sleep in shifts. Dr. Evil sets up camp for the night. Kix questions his sanity. Septic Spooge, Roan Guy, and Super Llama get into a fight. Super Llama triumphantly kills them both. GG Llama. Phantasma loses sight of where she is. Spotify passes out from exhaustion. Matthew attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Day 2 of the Hunger Games. Carita receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. James discovers a river. Super Dino chases Xenot Z. Speedox poisons Grail's drink. She drinks it and dies. Ooh, Speedox with the poison. Matthew receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Apathy receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. FK7 and Manono split off to search for resources. Georgie explores the arena. Cyberleon constructs a shack. Modbot collects fruit from a tree. Unshapen File constructs a shack. Gelpy chases Spotify. Ostanton discovers a river. Llama searches for a water source. Aziel accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Oof. That's dangerous. Bethany, Memebot, Green Tea, Blue Tangs, and Lydia hunt for other tributes. Vendetta Et and Technica work together for the day. Turtle Anus is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Tony, Pokemon Bot, Kix, and Shred hunt down and kill DJ Mindis. Yeah. Cheese receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Bork and Trigger Eagle track down and kill nice Dr. Evil. Phantasma receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Septic Spooge, Roan Guy, Grail, Aziel, DJ Mindis, and Dr. Evil. Let's see. All of District 1 still alive. Me with the most kills. All of District 2 still alive. District 3, District 4 is doing good. Let's see, is any district completely wiped out? District 8 nearly. In District 12, all alive. All 3 bots are still alive. And Pokemon bot has a kill. Oof, the lag. There we go. Georgie fends, Shred, kicks, and Bork away from her fire. Monona receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Blue Tang sets up camp for the night. Apathy and Turtle Anus hold hands. Pokemon bot starts a fire. Mean bot looks at the night sky. Super Dino destroys Cheese's supplies while she is asleep. Xenot Z fends Bethany, Ostanton, and Modbot away from her fire. Cyberleon fends Trigger Eagle, Unshapen File, and James away from her fire. Garito is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Spotify, Phantasma, and Speedox discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Lydia sees a fire but stays hidden. Good thinking. Tony shoots an arrow into Galpy's head. Oof, headshot. Vendetta Et passes out from exhaustion. Matthew attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Technica dies trying to escape the arena. Don't you know there is no escape? Hashtag facepalm. Green Tea ambushes FK7 and kills him. Super Llama tends to her wounds. Day 3 of the Hunger Games. Apathy practices his archery. Xenot Z questions her sanity. Bork overhears Phantasma and Green Tea talking in the distance. Kicks scares George Yi off. Meanbot, Cheese, and Blue Tangs hunt for other tributes. Super Dino and Spotify work together for the day. James and Cyberleon hunt for other tributes. Tony sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Turtle Anus catches Ostanton off guard and kills her. Modbot defeats Lydia in a fight but spares her life. Lydia, you're nearly killed by a bot. Llama, Unshapen File, Karito, and Pokemon Bot hunt for other tributes. Trigger Eagle fishes. Shred practices his archery. Matthew, Vendetta Et, and Speedox hunt for other tributes. Monona receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. A Bethany discovers a river. A monstrous hurricane wreaks havoc on the arena. Cheese tries to save Trigger Eagle from being sucked into the hurricane, only to be sucked in as well. Kicks stabs Shred, then pushes him close enough to the hurricane to suck him in. Oh, that's brutal. Super Dino survives. Speedox survives. Bethany pushes Spotify into an incoming boulder. Monono survives. Georgie survives. Meanbot survives. Tony is incapacitated by flying debris and dies. Matthew survives. Cyberleon is sucked into the hurricane. Vendetta Et survives. Pokemon Bot survives. Blue Tang survives. Karito is incapacitated by flying debris and dies. Super Llama survives. Unshapen File stabs Xenot Z, then pushes her close enough to the hurricane to suck her in. Bork pushes Apathy into an incoming boulder. James survives. Lydia survives. Phantasma is sucked into the hurricane. Green Tea survives. Turtle Anus pushes Modbot into an incoming boulder, and that's the first bot death of this Hunger Games. 15 cannon shots can be heard. They are Galpy, Technica, FK7, Ostanton, Cheese, Trigger Eagle, Shred, Spotify, Tony, Cyber Leon, Carito, Znut Z, Apathy, Phantasma, and Modbot. I've got 3 kills now. Only Znut Z from District 1 has died. District 2 has 1 person left. District 3 wiped out. District 6 wiped out. District 8 wiped out. Only 1 person from District 12 has died, and 2 bots are left. James passes out from exhaustion. Green Tea thinks about winning. Bork destroys Monono's suppliers while he is asleep. Blue Tangs falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Ooh, that's a bad way to go. Speedox decapitates Super Llama with a sword. Ooh. Wow. Memebot lets Super Dino into her shelter. Georgie receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Turtle Anus destroys Lydia's supplies while she is asleep. Pokemon begs for Kicks to kill him. He refuses, keeping Pokemon Bot alive. Matthew receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Vendetta Et lets Unshapen Flail into her shelter. Bethany loses sight of where he is. Green Tea is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Kicks practices archery. Pokemon Bot makes a wooden spear. James injures himself. Turtle Anus receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Memebot forces Speedox to kill Matthew or Monono. She decides to kill Monono. Bethany diverts Unshapen Flail's attention and runs away. Super Dino diverts Vendetta Et's attention and runs away. Georgie begs for Bork to kill her. She refuses, keeping Georgie alive. Lydia goes hunting. 3 cannon shots can be heard. Blue Tangs, Super Llama, Monono. Which means only Kicks and Lydia from District 1 are still alive. From District 1. Pokemon Bot tries to treat his infection. Lydia destroys Kicks' supplies while he is asleep. Lydia, we're in the same district. Speedox bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Vendetta Et tries to treat her infection. Super Dino thinks about winning. James is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Georgie thinks about winning. Unshapen Flail, Bethany, and Bork sleep in shifts. Turtle Anus, Matthew, and Memebot discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Green Tea tends to his wounds. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Kicks decides not to go to the feast. Pokemon Bot decides not to go to the feast. No, you didn't kill me, you just destroyed my supplies. My important supplies, which I need to win. Green Tea stabs Vendetta Et while her back is turned. Memebot, Unshapen Flail, and Georgie successfully ambush and kill James, Bethany, and Bork. Matthew sobs while gripping a photo of her friends and family. Ah, that's sad. Turtle Anus decides not to go to the feast. Super Dino decides not to go to the feast. Lydia decides not to go to the feast. Super Dino travels to higher ground. Pokemon Bot receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Memebot, Matthew, Unshapen Flail, and Kicks hunt for other tributes. Turtle Anus attacks Lydia, but she manages to escape. Woohoo. Green tea stalks Georgie. 5 cannon shots can be heard. Speedox, Vendetta, Et, James, Bethany, Bork. Kix and Lydia still alive. Super Dino. Matthew, Unshapen File, Green Tea. Georgie, Turtle Anus, Pokemon Bot, Meme Bot with 3 kills. Lydia tries to treat her infection. Matthew sets some explosives off, killing Pokemon Bot. Super Dino quietly hums. Unshapen Foil is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Turtle Anus starts a fire. Georgie is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Green Tea receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Kix thinks about winning. Hashtag winning mentality. Memebot loses sight of where she is. Turtle Anus discovers a cave in day 6. Super Dino makes a slingshot. Georgie travels to higher ground. Memebot practices her archery. Lydia makes a slingshot. Matthew attacks Kix, but Green Tea protects him, killing Matthew. Nice one, Green Tea. Unshapen File dies from hunger. No. 3 cannon shots can be heard. Pokemon Bot, Matthew, and Unshapen File. Super Dino screams for help. Green Tea bashes Georgie's head in with a mace. Oof. Kix looks at the night sky. Memebot, Turtle Anus, and Lydia sleep in shifts. Day 7. Memebot explores the arena. Lydia tries to spear a fish with a trident. Kix camouflages himself in the bushes. Turtle Anus bashes Green Tea's head in with a mace. Super Dino tries to sleep through the entire day. Hashtag mood, hashtag dab. 2 cannon shots, Georgie and Green Tea. And now, Turtle Anus, Memebot, and Lydia get into a fight. Turtle Anus kills them both. Kix cooks his food before putting his fire out. Super Dino sets up camp for the night. Kix injures himself. Turtle Anus and Super Dino hunt for other tributes. 2 cannon shots, Memebot and Lydia. Super Dino, Turtle Anus, and Kix sleep in shifts. We're the only 3 people left. We're all right near each other. Kix receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Super Dino bashes Turtle Anus's head against a rock several times. Oh, that's gruesome. 1 cannon shot can be heard. Turtle Anus. Super Dino is unable to convince Kix to not kill him. The winner is Kix! Yes! I win! I got the joint second most kills. The most kills was Turtle Anus with 5. Okay, now one final go. So far, me and Bethany have both won one. We will win the final Hunger Games. Place your bets below. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Lutangs runs away from the cornucopia. Lone Guy snatches a pair of saves. DJ Mindus runs away from the cornucopia. FK7 runs away from the cornucopia. Grumpy Track and Lexia work together to drown Trigger Eagle. That's the first death. Pokemon Bot, Dr. Evil, Aziel, and Modbot share everything they gathered before running. Dancing Glamp and Memebot fight Turtle Anus and Corito. Dancing Glamp and Memebot survive. Bethany runs away from the cornucopia. Tomcat snatches a pair of Says. Super Dino rips a mace out of Unshapen Foil's hands. Georgie kills Shred for his supplies. Phantasma runs away from the cornucopia. Green Tea grabs a jar of fishing bait, while JC gets fishing gear. Cheese runs away from the cornucopia. Apathy stays at the cornucopia for resources. 18 Smith grabs a shovel. Cyberleon retrieves a trident from inside the cornucopia. Stanton scares Speedox away from the cornucopia. Xenot said runs away with a lighter and some rope. Alpha grabs a backpack and retreats. Technica clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Super Llama runs away from the cornucopia. Kix grabs a shovel. Tony snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Bork runs away from the cornucopia. Spotify runs away from the cornucopia. Galpy runs away from the cornucopia. Septic Stooge runs away from the cornucopia. Shadow Queen runs away from the cornucopia. Matthew runs away from the cornucopia. Grail takes a handful of throwing knives. Manono and Kuro fight for a bag. Manono gives up and retreats. James runs away from the cornucopia. Vendetta Et runs away from the cornucopia. Lydia runs away from the cornucopia. Day 1. Roan Guy makes a slingshot. Ostanton sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Lydia attacks Clumpy Track but he manages to escape. Tony overhears Modbot and Bethany talking in the distance. FK7 defeats Shadow Queen in a fight but spares his life. Bork steals from James while he isn't looking. Alpha discovers a river. Xenot Z receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Technica begs for Septic Spooge to kill her. She refuses, keeping Technica alive. Unshapen Foil runs away from Kuro. Aziel tries to sleep through the entire day. #mood, #dab. Spotify searches for a water source. Memebot sprains her ankle while running away from Apathy. Phantasma injures herself. Super Dino picks flowers. Blue Tangs chases Alexia. Grail diverts Pokemon Bot's attention and runs away. Matthew explores the arena. Nice Dr. Evil bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Vendetta Et sprains her ankle while running away from Tomcat. Cheese scares Kix off. Georgie receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. DJ Minder scares 18 Smith off. Dancing Glamp begs Galpy to kill him. He refuses, keeping Dancing Glamp alive. JC begs for Manono to kill him. He refuses, keeping JC alive. Super Llama discovers a cave. Cyber Leon, Speedox, and Green Tea get into a fight. Cyber Leon triumphantly kills them both. 7 cannon shots can be heard. Trigger Eagle, Turtle Anus, Corito, Shred, Dr. Evil, Speedox, and Green Tea. Aziel goes to sleep. Modbot is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. JC starts a fire. Dancing Lamp passes out from exhaustion. Tony questions his sanity. Phantasma, Georgie, Super Dino, Lydia, and Memebot sleep in shifts. Apathy tries to sing himself to sleep. Crumpy Track, Grail kicks, and Blue Tangs track down and kill Ostanton. Unshaven File lets Tomcat into his shelter. Monono destroys Cheese's supplies while she is asleep. Vendetta Et questions her sanity. FK7 and Shadow Queen huddle for warmth. Bethany and James talk about the tributes still alive. DJ Mindis tries to sing himself to sleep. Super Llama receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Kuro and Matthew talk about the tributes still alive. Bork goes to sleep. Roan Guy receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. I'm so savage, really. What about you when you destroyed my supplies in the last Hunger Games? Pokemon Bots, Septic Spood, Lexu, and Spotify sleep in shifts. Gallopy receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Technica quietly hums. Alpha accidentally steps on a landmine. Ooh, every single Hunger Games would have someone set off a landmine by accident. And that continues. Xenot Z loses sight of where she is. 18 Smith and Cyber Leon sleep in shifts. Day 2. Aziel travels to higher ground. Super Llama makes a slingshot. Galpy receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Tony chases Lydia. Cyber Leon diverts Spotify's attention and runs away. Xenot Z sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Monono explores the arena. Pokemon Bot tends to Kuro's wounds. Matthew, Tomcat, Vendetta Ed, and Unshapen File hunt for other tributes. Grail picks flowers. Phantasma makes a slingshot. Lexia tries to spear a fish with a trident. Septic Spooge injures herself. JC camouflages himself in the bushes. 18 Smith begs for Dancing Grump to kill her. He refuses, keeping 18 Smith alive. Shadow Queen tries to sleep through the entire day. #mood, #dab. Apathy and Borg hunt for other tributes. Technica tends to Georgie's wounds. Kix discovers a river. I name it Kix River. FK7 dies trying to escape the arena. #facepalm, there is no escape. James sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Bethany stalks DJ Mindis. Super Dino runs away from Meanbot. Blue Tangs makes a slingshot. Roan Guy receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Cheese receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Crumpy Track begs for Modbot to kill him. She refuses, keeping Crumpy Track alive. 3 cannon shots can be heard. Ostanton, Alpha, FK7. DJ Mindis unknowingly eats toxic berries. DJ Mindis is dead. Tomcat and Modbot huddle for warmth. Dancing Lamp receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Bork looks at the night sky. Kix attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Shadow Queen sees a fire but stays hidden. James fends Unshapen Foil, 18 Smith and Spotify away from his fire. Grail receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Xenot Z receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Meanbot screams for help. Memes. Galpy and Super Dino sleep in shifts. Vendetta Et looks at the night sky. Cyber Leon screams for help. Crumpy Track tries to sing himself to sleep. Phantasma starts a fire. Cheese receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Kuro convinces Pokemon Bot to snuggle with her. Bethany tracks down and kills Aziel. JC screams for help. Matthew and Blue Tangs run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Technica thinks about winning. Septic Scrooge fends Monono, Rongai, and Apathy away from her fire. Lydia tends to her wounds. Alexia, Georgie, and Tony get into a fight. Tony triumphantly kills them both. GG Tony, GG. Super Llama tries to treat her infection. Day 3. Monono tries to sleep for the entire day. #mood, #dab. Bethany and Borg split up to search for resources. Super Llama travels to higher ground. Dancing Glamp questions his sanity. Phantasma defeats Septic Scrooge in a fight but spares her life. Kix diverts Modbot's attention and runs away. Galpy makes a wooden spear. Unshapen File receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Apathy stalks Meanbot. Blue Tangs makes a slingshot. Cheese is pricked by thorns while picking up berries. Grail overhears Cyber Leon and Shadow Queen talking in the distance. Tony receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Vendetta Et thinks about home. James and Lydia work together for the day. Kuro explores the arena. Technica, Pokemon Bot, Spotify, and Clumpy Track hunt for other tributes. Matthew stalks Rongai. Xenot Zed receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. 18 Smith goes hunting. Tomcat receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Super Dino makes a wooden spear. JC questions her sanity. 4 cannon shots can be heard. DJ Mindis, Aziel, Alexiu, and Georgie. District 1, everyone's still alive. District 2 as well. And those are the only 2 districts with all 4 members still alive. Bork tends to her wounds. Super Dino tries to sink herself to sleep. Dancing Glamp loses sight of where he is. Blue Tangs receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Matthew defeats Vendetta Et in a fight, but spares her life. James and 18 Smith huddle for warmth. Tomcat, Lydia, Xenot Zed, and Modbot sleep in shifts. JC and Cyber Leon sleep in shifts. Computruck cooks his food before putting his fire out. Meanbot quietly hums. Super Llama lets Galpy into her shelter. Kix tries to treat his infection. Rongai thinks about winning. Kuro and Technica talk about the tribute still alive. Grail of Blight tends to Shadow Queen's wounds. Monono is awoken by nightmares. Nightmares! Unshapen File, Pokemon Bot, and Cheese cheerfully sing songs together. Spotify begs for Septic Scrooge to kill her. She refuses, keeping Spotify alive. Apathy and Bethany tell stories about themselves to each other. Phantasma and Tony hold hands. That's nice. Rongai discovers a river in Day 4. Monono questions his sanity. Kuro searches for firewood. 18 Smith silently snaps Super Llama's neck. Ooh, insta-kill. Grail overhears Blue Tangs and Unshapen File talking in the distance. Xenot Zed begs for Pokemon Bot to kill her. He refuses, keeping Xenot Zed alive. Bethany sprains his ankle while running away from Spotify. Clumpy Track tends to JC's wounds. Apathy receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Bork thinks about home. Phantasma is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Cyber Leon explores the arena. Septic Scrooge taints Super Dino's food, killing him. He poisons the food. Meanbot decapitates James with a sword. Head gone. Matthew sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Tomcat searches for firewood. Lydia and Shadow Queen hunt for other tributes. Cheese scares Modbot off. Dancing Glamp constructs a shack. Tony cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Well, this is getting demonetized. Gelpy and Vendetta Ep work together for the day. Kix hunts for other tributes. Technica unknowingly eats toxic berries and dies. Five cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Super Llama, Super Dino, James, Tony, and Technica. Night 4. Dancing Glamp receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Spotify and Gelpy huddle for warmth. Pokemon Bot destroys Shadow Queen's supplies while he is asleep. Grail sets up camp for the night. Bethany and Unshapen Foil run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Cheese tends to 18 Smith's wounds. Kix lets Modbot into his shelter. That's nice. Septic Spooge and Xenox said tell stories about themselves to each other. That's nice. Bork thinks about home. Lydia passes out from exhaustion. Phantasma, Monono, and Apathy cheerfully sing songs together. Matthew goes to sleep. Vendetta Et goes to sleep. Roan Guy stays awake all night. Clumpy Track poisons Cyber Leon's drink. She drinks it and dies. Poisoned. Kuro, Blue Tanks, and Meanbot sleep in shifts. JC pushes Tomcat off a cliff during a knife fight. Ooh. Day 5. Bethany searches for firewood. Meanbot fishes. Kuro tries to spear fish with a trident. Blue Tanks tracks down and kills Roan Guy. JC makes a wooden spear. Spotify goes hunting. Shadow Queen diverts Septic Spooge's attention and runs away. Lydia pushes Grail off a cliff during a knife fight. Lydia, you gotta kill. Cheese questions her sanity. 18 Smith steals from Bork while she isn't looking. Dancing Glamp, Monono, Matthew, Kix, and Phantasma track down and kill Vendetta Et. Unshapen Foil sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Apathy and Pokemon Bot split up to search for resources. Xenox said tries to sleep through the entire day. #mood, #dab. Clumpy Track severely injures Modbot but puts her out of her misery. Modbot is dead. Gelpy receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. 6 cannon shots can be heard. Cyber Leon, Tomcat, Roan Guy, Grail, Vendetta Et, Modbot. Meanbot begs the Shadow Queen to kill her. He refuses, keeping Meanbot alive. Phantasma, Xenox said, and Unshapen Foil cheerfully sing songs together. Spotify lets Bethany into her shelter. Dancing Glamp dies from hunger. Kix and Pokemon Bot talk about the tribute still alive. Kuro and Clumpy Truck hold hands. JC tends to his wounds. Matthew receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Septic Spooge tends to her wounds. 18 Smith tends to her wounds. Lydia poisons Gelpy's drink. He drinks it and dies. Lydia poisoned Gelpy. Savage. Bork receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Blue Tank screams for help. Monono silently snaps Apathy's neck. Insta-kill. Cheese attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Day 6. Spotify makes a slingshot. Pokemon Bot constructs a shack. Cheese scares Lydia off. Monona receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Unshapen Foil tries to spear Fish with a trident. Clumpy track Phantasma, Bethany, and Septic Spooge raid Matthew's camp while she is hunting. Meanbot tries to sleep for the entire day. Hashtag mood, hashtag dab. Walk fishes. Blue Tanks, Kix, and Kuro successfully ambush and kill Shadow Queen, JC, and Z-Nut Z. Ooh, nice. Ambushed. 18 Smith tries to sleep for the entire day. Hashtag mood, hashtag dab. Yes. 6 cannon shots can be heard. Dancing Glamp, Galpy, Apathy, Shadow Queen, JC, Z-Nut Z. Kix, that's me, with the 5 kills. Lydia and Monono with 2 kills each. So has anyone else got more than 5 kills? Blue Tanks has 5, Clumpy has 4. No, I'm winning. That's good. Matthew, Monono, and Pokemon Bot successfully ambush and kill Cheese, Phantasma, and Unshapen Fire. Spotify dies from hypothermia. Straight away, that's 4 people dead. Walk and 18 Smith tell stories about themselves to each other. Blue Tangs lets Meanbot into her shelter. Kix receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Lydia and Septic Spooge tell stories about themselves to each other. Clumpy Track kills Kuro with a sickle. Bethany receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Monona decides not to go to the feast. Blue Tangs decides not to go to the feast. Clumpy Track, Matthew, Bethany, and Pokemon Bot team up to grab food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs. Lydia decides not to go. Bork decides not to go. Meme decides not to go. 18 Smith shoots a poisonous blowtorch into Septic Spooge's neck, slowly killing her. Kix decides not to go. Pokemon Bot injures himself. Monono constructs a shack. Matthew receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Bork shoots an arrow at Bethany, but misses and kills Meanbot instead. 18 Smith receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Clumpy overhears Kix and Blue talking in the distance. Lydia is pricked by thorns while picking berries. 7 cannon shots can be heard. Cheese, Phantasma, Unshapen File, Spotify, Kuro, Septic Spooge, and Meanbot. 5 kills for Monono, 5 kills for Kix. Anyone got more than 5? Matthew with 4. Blue with 5. Clumpy with 5. Ooh. The only person left in District 12 is Pokemon Bot. Night 7. Clumpy Track starts a fire. Monono fends Bethany, Lydia, and Pokemon Bot away from his fire. 18 Smith dies from hypothermia. Bork goes to sleep. Blue Tangs kills Kix as he tries to run. I'm dead. Matthew tries to sink herself to sleep. Pokemon repeatedly stabs Matthew to death with Saze. Bethany receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Lydia and Monono work together for the day. Blue camouflages herself in the bushes. Bork and Clumpy work together for the day. 3 cannon shots can be heard. 18 Smith, Kix, and Matthew. Bethany sets an explosive off, killing Monono, Pokemon Bot, and Blue. Bork thinks about winning. Clumpy convinces Lydia to snuggle with him. That's nice. Bork, Clumpy, and Lydia start fighting, but Clumpy runs away as Bork kills Lydia. And Bethany thinks about home in day 9. 4 cannon shots can be heard. Monono, Pokemon Bot, Blue, and Lydia. Bork sets up camp for the night. Bethany unknowingly eats toxic berries and dies, meaning Clumpy dies from an infection, which means the winner is Bork. GG Bork. And the most wins was 6 from Blue, Monono, Clumpy, and Kix with 5. And that is the end. The 3 winners, Bethany, me, and Bork. GG, well played. And I will see you guys next time. But before we go, let's raid someone. Let's raid this guy. Okay. Everyone say Kix raid in chat when you get to this guy. / raid. Okay. Oh, we can't raid. Yeah, we can raid this guy. You ready?